That was terrible.
That was crap. That was garbage. This place sucks.
Overreaction Monday.
All right, Christopher, what do you have over there, brother? What do you got?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Everybody good?
How are you?
TJ, I know you're not
I've
good.
had a
I'm
better
sorry.
weekend,
I'm sorry,
to be
brother.
honest with you.
I'm doing great. You know who else is doing great? Miami Dolphins. After a 70-point onslaught, the Dolphins are the best team in the NFL.
Fact.
Yep.
Fact. I mean, you got the Niners and them. I don't know who I'm going to put number one in my power ranking. You can't say this is an overreaction. You cannot. You can make an argument to say another one is, but the Miami Dolphins have absolutely proven that you cannot scheme against them at present. Their speed is something you have to behold. How are you going to simulate their speed in practice? How are you going to do that?
It's not like a podcast. You can't just put it on 1.5 speed.
Right.
You know, put your players.
Correct. Like
what are we doing?
You've got to give it up with what you're seeing. And you're going to have to hope Mother Nature will slow them down. Like when it gets to be 30 degrees out, you're going to track meet then? I don't know. Which means the 1 seed is even that much more important. But for sure, this is not an overreaction. And it's an argument, but not an overreaction. What else you got over there,
76
Chris?
and sunny in Buffalo this weekend. So
there you go. I can't wait for that game.
Could be awesome. Rich, let's talk about you for a second. Hey, Zach Wilson shouldn't start another game if the Jets want to keep their playoff hopes alive.
How is this an overreaction? It's not. It's just not reality. You're not going to take Tim Boyle and throw him out on Sunday Night Football in his first start for the Jets against the Chiefs. You're just not going to do that. You're going to hope that Zach Wilson can put together more than one drive where the light goes on. You're going to have to hope that the coordinator can figure out something. Every single time I watched yesterday, said Josh Jobs finding a wide open receiver, or Kenny Pickett hitting somebody here, or, C.J. Stroud hitting somebody there in Jacksonville. I'm like, where is that for the Jets? Where's like the 10-yard easy gimme layup? Where are they? Why is everything like pulling teeth? But what are they going to do? Take Tim Boyle and throw him out on Sunday Night Football in his first start against the Chiefs? No chance. No chance. And if you do that, you might as well cut Zach Wilson, because now you're adding Tim Boyle to the people who you turn to because Zach's inoperable. Add him to Mike White, Joe Flacco, Chris Streveler. Not an overreaction, but not reality either. What else, Chris?
One of the surprising results yesterday was Cleveland 27, Tennessee 3. Did not expect that type of dominant performance from the Browns. And you know who else was great? Deshaun Watson played his best game yet with the Browns, and they're going to win the AFC North.
That's an overreaction. First of all, I understand he played his best game yet with the Browns. You can say that based on the results and everything. But he also had one of those moments where he was being sacked and he flipped the ball 10 yards behind him.
Not sure what that was.
I don't know what that was. But he's definitely getting better.
27 of 33, 289 yards, and 123 passer rating.
Winning the North? I don't know. And I know the Ravens looked the way they looked, but the Ravens are still a force to be reckoned with, I think. They're at Cleveland next week.
What's up with their offense?
We might be talking something completely different by this point next week. And don't forget, the Steelers are 2-1 visiting Houston next week. They might be 3-1, and they have a win against Cleveland in their back pocket already. I'll call this an overreaction for the moment, but they are looking good, and the kid Ford looks like he's the real thing. And how about this too? Great news that Nick Chubb didn't blow his entire knee out, and they expect him to be back and his career's on.
Yep.
What else, Chris?
That was great news. You know who balled out yesterday? The Red Rifle. The Panthers should start Andy Dalton next week, even if Bryce Young is healthy.
Nah, that's over. They got to take their lumps. They just got to, man.
That's a wide open division.
I hear you. You traded
361 yards.
I get it. Dude, you traded all them picks for this kid. You got to take your lumps. You got to throw him out there. If he is ready, you have to play with him. And hopefully Andy Dalton gave him an opportunity to see this is how you can do it, kid. That's a guy named DJ Chark. That's a guy named Adam Thielen. You should definitely find him next week because he's taking on his old team, the Minnesota Vikings. That's the way you say, Bryce, you got hurt. You had a nice perch to see how it is done. You got a chance to breathe and relax. Go out there, and we're going to live and die with your lumps. And how about, the offensive line doesn't create all those pre-snap penalties that Frank Reich called pathetic. So I'll say that's an overreaction. What else, Chris?
Why wouldn't the Jets flip it to Carolina for Andy Dalton?
Because Carolina's not willing to give him up. He's actually showing Bryce Young how to do it. That might be just even more important.
But if you sweeten the pot, they make him an offer they can't refuse.
There's nobody's backup quarterback is walking through that door right now. Andy
Dalton could win the playoff game for the Jets.
I'm not going to lie to you, but it's just I don't think that's reality.
All right, speaking of, the league needs to step in. Got to flex out of Chiefs-Jets for Dolphins-Bills. Do the right thing. Nobody wants to watch Chiefs-Jets on Sunday night. What are we doing?
You are not overreacting. But I don't know. CBS might have protected this the minute Aaron Rodgers.
They wouldn't have protected it because you can't flex until week 5.
Oh,
so
I got it.
The league needs to step in
I see what you're saying.
Look, this is for the betterment of every football fan out there. We don't want to watch 41-3 on Sunday night.
What if Taylor Swift agrees to play a song in the middle of it?
Halftime show.
Wait, is she going to play quarterback? Now that I'd be interested in.
No. We can't have it. She's a national treasure. We can't have her hurt. Stop it.
Dolphins, Bills, Sunday night. Do the right thing today.
Not an overreaction. I hear you.
Come on, Roger. I know you're watching.
By the way, that's not an overreaction either. He is definitely watching.
All right, last one. Now look.
Yes.
Now, I'm not going to say I predicted this, but I did predict it on the Overreaction Monday preview podcast.
Okay.
And he's doing the pew, 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 pew. But there's a way to Jonathan Gannon's weirdness, and it's working for Arizona.
There's a way.
They could win some games.
Dude, they just did.
They could be 3-0.
Dude, we all thought like he's out to lunch. They're looking at him like, who is
2.0?
Who is this weirdo that we're now being coached by?
The bus and the car, you drive yourself, the fire, I don't know.
As I said, Nick Sirianni's first press conference in Philadelphia, we're like, this town's going to eat him for lunch, and now he is the walking id version of the city, MFing everybody. And Pew Pew himself actually did go, fireworks, all that stuff. Rondell Moore did it. They beat the Cowboys, and that's going to go a long way, man.
Yeah.
So, take the bus or the driving yourself, and we're all sitting there going, this guy's going to be a dumpster fire, and Kyler Murray's... Now we got to start talking about, when can he come back? Josh Dobbs has proven himself to be terrific. Maybe the Jets can grab him if Kyler Murray comes back. I'm desperate. I don't know what I'm saying now.
I mean, with all due respect to Zach, anything's better than that.
Oh, good Lord.
Sorry, bud.
But you're not wrong. You haven't overreacted to too much today, Chris.
Really? I thought I was being spicy.
Look at you.
All right.
And by the way, as soon as we are done today, Chris Brockman and I are staying after class to put together the Overreaction Monday podcast version, where you can get all your podcasts every single week, every single Monday. We come your way with 10 new topics. Lots of fun right there. And then What the Football coming up on Tuesday. Susie Schuster and Amy Trask will recount tonight's Monday Night Football double dip. Susie Schuster and Amy Trask. I do believe they have free ice cream for those who are in studio, not listening. Oh. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.